I was on the train heading back to home. I spent a couple of weeks in Italy visiting family, and I took the Stanza Express from Stanza to Liverpool Street, and we were in. I think I was the third lockdown, or whatever. I didn't even like third, fourth, who knows. Anyway, people were still wearing massively. They were still wearing masks, and me and another guy, we were the only two not having it. So we started a conversation. I think it was me whinging about all that madness that was going on in the past 2 years, with people wearing masks, taking fucking vaccines, and so on. And somehow from that we passed to spirituality. I can't remember how that happened, how we passed from like talking about the situation politically to spirituality. What I remember is that I mentioned to him about some mystical experience I had, and how life is to be literally an illusion that we think to be real. And that's when he tells me his story. So a few years earlier, he went to do a Vipassana retreat. And at the end of the retreat, after days of meditation, one day walking in the bush around the temple, he sees from his hands a strong, bright light emanated by his hands. He was obviously shocked by what was happening. So I tell him that I had a similar experience 10 years ago in London, where I woke up in the middle of the night, and everything I would touch would rise up. Like everything I would touch, like under my fingertips, would literally create blue lights, like blueprints. So obviously, after that episode, he wasn't any longer the person that he used to be. I mean, inevitably, you change when you have a similar such an experience, and you could tell, he wasn't like everyone on the train, and that's, as we know, nothing happened by accident, and that's why amongst all the people I could sit, I sat next to him. Obviously, the energy was similar, and we drew it to each other. So now we stopped the conversation after that. We talked a little bit about about life, and that illusion that we think and feel to be really real, and we just keep going on our trip on the train back home. He was actually heading to Brighton, so he had a slightly longer than mine. Now, what is interesting is that, well, once One is that now it's really a lot of people that happen that after doing a Vipassana retreat to experience a huge shift in consciousness with, you know, with such big event taking place after that. So my opinion is that Vipassana, so all those days in meditation, silence, basically it slowly detach you from our society and from our daily stress. So where slowly we are recharging our inner battery, and once it's recharged, it is when the magic happens. And this is now happened to many people that happen to meet, or even just reading articles about people, experiencing something big, after or during a Vipassana meditation retreat. So what happened to me was similar, but without going to a retreat. But it was similar because when I arrived in London, I tried very hard to focus in the present moment. I tried very hard to let any worries or stress behind. Try to focus day in, day out to the present and stay in peace within. And this was for months, like 3 months, and that's when that event happened. So I think this was similar methodology, different context, but I think the same things happened. It was like recharging some inner battery that basically then I would say it's like when the battery was fully recharged and release that somehow that energy that once you're capable to maintain it, the state for a long time, you can start to learn how to redirect that energy, for healing, and so on. And that's the hardest part, because we live in a very noisy, a destructive society where we are continuously reminded about the importance of working hard, making money, having this, having that we forget the real purpose of being on earth, or at least we forget that what we've been told not to be real. We're not here to making money. We're not here to become CEO of this bullshit or CEO of this other bullshit. We are not here to buy a villa on 5 floors and houses around the world. We are here to become love and share this love with others. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Myself, I'm conscious of this. I try to practice, but many times I let myself angry. I let myself shouting to people. I let myself, go down that tricky path of anger, sometimes jealousy, sometimes hate. Yes, the difference probably is that I'm conscious of that and try to take back control of my thoughts and feelings, so that to actually redirect it in the right direction. But I'm conscious that it's hard. It's hard. It's a hard job, but can be done. Oops, sorry. And once it's done, once you're really capable to leave behind any noise, any chatting stupid thoughts about society, and you can actually focus to what is really real, that it's becoming a peaceful person, able to help others to become peaceful and happier. So it takes time and a lot of efforts, because what society tries to do, it's very heavy on our mind and emotions. Now, we could think that it's all made by design, so that we won't take that path, or we can think that it is made by design, by a bigger energy that you can call God, the creator, the universe, to test us like a school, with assignment and exam. Whatever it is, once we start to recharge our inner spirituality, and we start to recharge our inner peace, slowly we're gonna start to see what we call miracles. Like, I would say, don't just believe me, or just try for yourself. Try with a Vipassana retreat, like the guy on the train, that experienced lights from his hands after the retreat. Try it, or trying to shut your thoughts and emotions toward this illusion we call world, and see what's happening. So try for yourself and see if what I'm talking about, it's possible. Definitely, I think Vipassana is something to try, not just to go, not just for, trying to see if, you can experience something like the guy, or like some other people that I know had a similar experience, but even just for, getting out of this very loud and noisy society. I mean, my partner's daughter was going through a period of depression, and went to do a Vipassana retreat. And as far as I know, she never told about any big mystical experience, but well, technically she had, because when she came back from that retreat, her depression was gone, and she was back on track. And now she's a successful movie director and producer. So it's definitely, obviously, something did to her. And maybe she didn't see the lights, maybe she didn't see spirits, or didn't hear voices, but it did recharge her inner battery, so that she came out from that lower state. Because depression is just your inner battery, your spiritual inner battery, completely empty. So give it a try. Vipassana, meditation at home, or just trying to forcing yourself to don't follow our society madness. Switch off the news, look only for happy news, meditate, try to focus in the present moment, try to focus and force yourself to feel peace. And after a few weeks, after a few months, see what's happening. See what you feel. Have a nice day.